CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
You're happy to help me start to develop an app to undermine the faction that we work for?
Yeah.
They're like, there goes Calico again, walking around with a sensor full of smoke and throwing cards into the air.
In order to apologize to the Hestial Prep Academy, I was thinking that Winter could help me take some of the kids to the zoo.
All the senses that we have flow into one another, and that is what makes us us.
Why is everybody trying to take shit from the college? What's happening?
From the children?
One action each remaining, folks. We're almost there.
I can go last first.
Great.
So, because you said we're pores.
No, I said you're poor singular.
I think... okay, so collect specifically says to pressure locals to provide your squad with supply points.
True. And actually, I do think you could collect from any region, now that I'm looking at it more closely. I don't think it has to be the region that your forward operating base is based in.
Could I try to gain some sort of resources, like, in the guise of, like, I'm representing this school, and these would be donations to the Hestial Preparatory Academy?
Oh, but you are, like... Not actually. This is like, like you get like a fake, like Girl Scout cookies sales thing, and then, but people are really just paying you, and you never deliver the cookies, essentially.
No. It's because I don't want it to be malicious, right? I don't want it
to be
charity
fraud.
It's not. I'm not trying to commit fraud. It's more so that I am representing the school, but then since we are a part of the school, it benefits us as well.
You're just cutting out the middleman, and you're just like, why don't you just, donate to us directly? Where are you trying to do this? Artist Alley, Zaire Park, Hall H, probably not the Siege Line, Kaleidoscoping Seafoam.
Where do you
Curse.
think, like, in your opinion, where would the richest donors be?
Well, we'd want to look at wealth ratings, but it looks like Hall H. Previously Hestial's largest public park, the advent of CalazCon has transformed this large green space into the world's largest convention stage by cutting down a few hundred trees and planting view screens every 50 feet. God, it broke my heart to read that sentence out loud.
That hurt. That hurt to listen to.
That hurt me. Hall H has traditionally hosted the most anticipated panels and attendees used to camp out. Attendees used to camp outside or even squat in the room itself to stake their claim on a piece of CalazCon history. This year, organizers believe they have found the solution to all their problems. No one needs to camp out if the room is big enough. Hall H attendance tickets are still required. So I think, something is always happening at Hall H. Our scene example here is cheering crowds watch as actors, writers, artists, and special guests fool around on stage, answer questions, or reveal juicy backstage gossip. Armed security ignores view screens around the reclaimed park, rebroadcasting the spectacle, seeking instead any Hestial resistance or worse, an attendee without a Hall H ticket. Throughout Hall H, CalazCon attendees sit on folding chairs, picnic blankets, or anything looted from the city around them. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but I do want you to tell me how you got a ticket into Hall H.
Well, one of my... the people who help you. Contacts.
Allies?
One of my contacts is Lavender, who is a strong fixer. And Lavender knows how much Adelaide loves Boku no Calazar Family Adventures, and today is the panel for it.
Okay, great. And so you are just in there working the crowd as like probably in between speakers for this like multi-speaker panel.
Oh yeah, I think
right.
I think what's happening is, would it be funnier if Adelaide somehow got on stage and then we just had like a full Sarah McLachlan like Arms of an Angel.
Oh my god. Okay, sure, absolutely. Let me look and see how collect works, because I rarely do it. Because in my home games, my players love being poor. Choose a region and roll dice equal to its wealth rating. Gain supply points equal to the crit highest die, or a 9 on a crit. If any... Okay, JPG.
Okay.
I want you to go into this fully aware with both eyes open.
Okay.
If any of the dice on your roll come up as a 1, you gain the supply points as normally, but you're going to roll another entanglement. This one is going to be determined by your relationship with the faction or squad that controls the region, which I'm going to say is the Exodus Republic.
We're already at a -1, I believe.
You're at -2 with the Exodus Republic.
Is there a
Maybe.
-3 that we can get to?
I'm just saying, I mean, absolutely. But then, yeah, then it would be CalazCon's mission to destroy your faction, which I just want to and I do believe that you'd be rolling on Downtime, or on Entanglement C, right? Or is A the worst or is C the worst?
I don't.
Oh, A I believe is the worst.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, -3 is table A, so -2 or 1 is table B. So you'd still be rolling on table B. It would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to throw out there that if you roll even a single 1 on this collect roll, you're going to roll a 3rd entanglement for this downtime.
Do you want help? Because that is another die that could be a 1.
Don't believe you can help on a collect because it's not an action that you do. I don't know
really?
for sure. But it's just the way that collect works is you're just rolling the wealth of the area you're collecting from.
How much is the wealth rating?
It's 4. That's why
Oh no.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, Hall H is the high, like, this is the double-edged sword of collect, right? Is that the more dice you're rolling, the better your chances of getting a lot of stuff. But also, the better your chances of getting at least 1/1. So,
how do the rest of the team feel if Lauren's usually my GM for a lot of stuff, and they definitely teach me to drive the character like a stolen car. And I don't know if this is one of those moments where I want to do that or not.
I mean, I'm the fucking Joker, baby, so let's go.
I mean, yeah, go
I
for
like
it.
the
Just
idea
do
that
it.
all of us are working towards the same chaotic goal in very different ways.
Oh, I don't think we want to add dice.
4 is enough.
Yeah, 4.
I do really like the idea that I'm this like extremely edgy like goth person, but like I get along really well with Adelaide.
I think yeah, and I also love that I'm just being like this anarchist ally for you, but I'm really doing it in like a wholesome way.
Sorry, the creator of the game Beam Saber, Austin Ramsey, says you can help on a collect action, but he reminds you, as I did, that more dice on collect is a double-edged sword. So yeah, you can roll 5 dice instead of 6. I mean, instead of 4.
Wait. Do the one stack?
No, it's only
Okay.
It's you don't have to roll additional entangle. It's just if there's any of them come up a 1.
What if we roll
then
5 6s?
You have to roll 1 more entanglement. But if like 3 of, if you roll 5 6s, then you get 9.
You know what?
Get 9.
I want to do this. If everybody else is on board, I kind of want to do this.
Yeah,
I'm helping.
let's go for it.
I'm helping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I'm babysitting support.
All right. Do a fortune
Wait,
roll.
are we doing
with
5 or 4?
5d6.
It's up to you.
Well, the wealth rating is 4. You're getting help from Edrian, so that's 5.
Yeah, if you want to
right?
accept the help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm accepting it.
All right. Yeah.
All right, and submit. No.
Look at that. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
Yeah.
No one.
That's a critical. So your Sarah McLachlan act, it goes extremely good. You have 9 fresh supply points. Go ahead and let me know how you want to split those up.
Adrian helps by pumping in the sad music while me and Adelaide are on stage, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got some dour shit on my.
Exactly.
I feel like I have like in the art. I think I have like a little Walkman.
You do, I think. Yeah, you got headphones in or something.
But it's like a quirky like future Walkman that still plays like digital. Like
I would imagine in my head it plays mini discs. Do you guys remember mini discs from the mid 2000s?
Yeah.
So I just have some like dour, slow, spooky music that I put on.
I was the only person in my high school with a mini disc player besides the Japanese kid.
Nice.
Okay, wait, so what am I supposed to be explaining with the supply points?
You just have to tell me.
You just got like a shitload of
You just got
supplies
9 supply points, but you got to tell me how many of those 9 are material and how many are personnel.
Could I split it down the middle?
Well, not.
And then
I was thinking
9 is
5 personnel.
not divisible by 2. So.
Well, no, yeah. I meant with the extra one going. Like, where do we think the extra one should go?
I was thinking personnel.
Ultimately, we have to spend some of these to take
Okay.
extra downtime actions. We have to, because we can't keep this.
That's true. So, hey, we might end up with a longer downtime after all.
I think we're going to end up with quite a bit of a longer downtime.
I believe, let me check and see what your current cap is for what you can hold.
We should spend if we are going to spend them to do extra downtime actions, though. We should spend them on like getting like XP and stuff like that we can kind of wrap up quickly.
Now,
100%.
I do know for sure you can only train each track once. You can do multiple train actions, but you can only train each track once per downtime. That one I'm sure
that's fine.
about.
Makes sense.
I think that's what I was thinking of with the long-term projects. So you can hold up, you can, in your bank, you can, at the end of this downtime, you can keep up to 4 material and 4 personnel. So...
Which means in total we have about 13. We have 13 supply points right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Let me count.
Is the equivalent to more than a small piece of property, because 10 supply points is a significant asset.
Okay. What I was going to say is that we kind of like completely moved on from describing what the scene was.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yes, let's finish that out.
Yeah, like let's talk logistics about what we're going to do with these points after. Like what the hell happened?
I think it was the combination of the music, us being on stage. I think it was like a very like beautiful father-daughter moment as we talked about like the needs of the children.
Did you and Adelaide sing a duet together? Like one of those YouTube channels?
And I think Adrian was completely ready to make sure to auto-tune it with us, but like we both are just the songbirds of our generation.
Oh, so I wasn't playing sad music. I was playing I was just setting you up with like a beautiful moment with like lights and sound and AR stuff. Like I'm just making a show for you and your daughter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think we get an automatic invitation to next year's CalazCon. So
incredible.
Wow, you punch bad guys and you're a family man and you teach kids. Wow, what a man.
Wow, what a man.
The infamy involved right now in how public I personally am. Peace, I'm really excited for the blowback I'm going to get for that.
I mean, you didn't get any blowback this time, but we'll see. This is incredible. Yeah, Koa, you are setting yourself, you're rising very high. I assume that the fall is going to be, correspondingly Icarian, as it were. Also, as a reminder, most downtime actions that you can take, you can spend supply to increase the level of effect you get. Not with collect, obviously, because that would be bonkers. But for the 3 of you who still have a downtime action left, you can burn off some of that excess by doing that.
Oh, okay.
You can do it with collect.
You can?
Yeah. I believe so.
Wow. Bonkers. Okay.
I was wondering if we actually want to have more of those supply points be personnel, because it looks like personnel is more like what we're doing this time, unless people have stuff under the material side of things.
You have all done only personnel actions. Currently, I've got you at 7 personnel and 6 material, but if you'd like to change a couple of those, I'm fine with that because we haven't really finalized this collect yet.
We do have to spend a material to unequip our mechs.
Yes.
Just FYI.
If you
for
want
anybody
to do that.
who maybe wants to do that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take an action.
That. Gotcha.
Anybody want to undebut equipment on their mech?
I really like and we're talking about, is it the quirks?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
it?
No, the equipment you declared, you will undeclare it.
Oh, no, I kind of don't want to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I still have 3 points undeclared, so I'm good with that for now.
Sure.
I didn't even use my mech, so.
Not this
Obvies.
time,
I
at
think we have to
least.
call them
Oh,
obvies.
Avi's.
Avies. Yeah, we're not supposed to say mech.
Yeah.
Don't say the M word. Avi.
Yeah, so I feel like we should spend. Well, yeah, I like the XP idea, but would this be at the end of our 3? Because I know that everybody else still has to go.
Yeah, let's. That's what I was gonna say. Let's get our free actions out of the way. Here's for right now. I'm gonna let you at the end of Adrian Winters and Calico's last free downtime actions. Then I will make you guys finalize the distribution of these. So up to 4 of those material you could turn into personnel if you wanted. But that would mean you would then have to spend more personnel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As it is, in order to not waste things, you guys only need to spend 3 personnel and 2 material. Although if each of you wants to take an extra train, then it probably is good for us to just preemptively have it as 8 personnel and
I like that
5
idea,
material.
because then
You know
that
what I
means all of us train at least once.
yeah, ultimately the distribution I think is your call, Koa, because
I really
you did
like
the
that
collect.
idea. Yeah, so if you, I know that you already moved the tokens, so thank
Okay.
you for that.
I don't think I need material for anything, anyways.
Yeah. Let's revisit. Well, I mean, depending on, it might be nice to at least have the 4 material in the bank for next time in case.
For refreshing quirks
for
after
refreshing
mission.
quirks and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. And none of you needs to acquire asset enhance. Enhance is also basically train for your mech. So
Right.
if anybody wants to work on, or sorry, for your Avi, if anyone wants to work on their Avi, I think it's good to at least have that 1 extra.
Oh, that's a good
material
point.
there.
That's actually my next action.
Okay, great. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, enhance. Now,
I'm enhancing the final act of Time and Reason.
I believe that the way enhance works is you just add 1 mark to your vehicle enhance track, and there's no rolls or anything involved, right?
Nope, there's no rolls. I do have what this looks like in mind, and I'm imagining there is a section of the campus that is just an enormous mech workshop or mech hangar, very similar to if you've played BattleTech. You can the 2018 BattleTech. You can go down into the mech bays, and there's just bays of mechs that have all these armatures around them, and people are working on them. And this is where the military students are learning. This is where the engineering core is, right? Building stuff, putting things back together. There's probably simulators and things down here.
Rad.
And outside of that, in the middle is sort of a yard. In the not in a lawn sense, but a shop yard. Because the final act of Time and Reason is fucking huge. This thing is so big.
It is a large Avi, right?
It's a
heavy-
very large.
heavy load.
It is a heavy
there we
Avi. So this thing is 60 feet tall. It's absolutely massive. The shield is just the size of 3 stories, just kind of off to the side. And as part of what Calico is doing here, because he is ostensibly we're all faculty, and part of that is he's doing a bunch of students have basically been brought out to do research on ancient mech patterns. It's a historical thing. If you had a class on classic cars for auto shop, that's what he's a guest teacher for the day.
Sure.
And he's taking these students through all these bits on the final act of Time and Reason, which is a M&B Psychopomp custom. is the actual model, but this thing is hundreds of years old. So, I think a lot of what is happening is Calico like answering questions, and people are like, how is this thing even still running? And he's like going through and replacing a ton of wiring and joints and all of these little fiddly bits. One of the quirks for
while he's doing this.
Yeah. So she's like, one of the quirks is palimpsest chassis, which is basically this thing has just been built over itself again and again and again.
Sure.
And so he's like showing, where all these parts have been replaced and what things are, maybe 100 years ago, like they just built this stuff better.
And all the redundancies you have for when your thing's cut out.
For sure. Like there's a mech this size has to have so many redundancies, things like that. So, it's a lot of him kind of replacing some parts that maybe have burnt out. And he's like, I finally have a replacement for this. And someone's like, that is a 50-year-old power converter. You should have replaced it like a year ago. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I think he's being a guest teacher for the day and just fixing up his mech while he's doing it.
Rad.
Or his Avi as he's doing it.
Okay. Adrian or Winter, last free downtime action. Adrian, you're just going to try and finish out that project? Or? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mary.
Cool. You go ahead. I actually kind of want to use your app.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so
you can go first.
There's only one tick in the clock left, which means that I complete this long-term project no matter what. So I don't really have to roll.
You do have to tell me what you're doing.
Yeah. But like what I was going to ask then is there any way that I can make the scene finishing up this clock kind of deploying it for the first time? So as like a test.
Yeah, you do like a test run of it?
Yeah.
That seems reasonable to me for the final step of developing an app.
So my ultimate goal with this actually has been secretly working towards my drive.
Okay.
I want to start sending like messages back to my like home world from the DFS, like basically sending messages of concern of how the current like DFS wardens that like have annexed my home have been like running the place to start creating like chaos.
And remind me, what faction did your home originally belong to?
Independent.
Okay.
It was just like a little mining commune.
Sure.
That got annexed by the DFS.
Okay.
Basically, I want to send messages to all of the people in the DFS, like management there, just creating chaos. That's like the goal of this, but I think maybe the test is like testing it on some locals.
Okay. But all it is like a identity spoofing thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what message?
But if you get a message that you think is from your boss,
sure,
that can create.
So
some
what
chaos.
message are you sending and to whom?
I don't know that much about like all the legislators and stuff, so maybe I don't really want to mess with them. But
yeah, well, we can't mess with anyone who's a player character outside of this squad. But you can mess with any NPC you want, including ones that you make up on the spot, as long as you send me a brief write-up of them to add to the NPC sheet at the end of the session.
Would we like to collaboratively come up with some shitty DFS person that we could start fucking with?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's great.
What's a good name?
What about our, don't we have a CO?
Yeah, Cry Havoc. You want to fuck with your CO? That's always good. That's always a great idea.
I feel like that's a little bit too close to home and could get this shut down a lot faster if I get caught.
I do think Adrian knows better than to shit where he eats.
Okay.
They, sorry.
That's true.
What's like a fun kind of politician that we can mess with?
What if it's a requisitions officer?
Like a quartermaster style?
Like a high-level quartermaster. Like a whatever the equivalent of like a military freight master is, like all the stuff that's coming in for the DFS like has to pass through this guy's hands on some level.
What if this was the guy that was like kind of in the upper echelons of the terminal company management that was trying to get them to steal our trophy room?
Yeah, I love that.
So I use this to send a message from the higher ups, like questioning their actions in terms of like, oh, do you really want to like take trophies from a college? Does that really seem like the best use of your time? And it's just kind of like a reprimanding like email, basically.
Okay.
That's really fun.
Sure. I guess we don't have to roll for that. So that just happens. And it works.
Yeah, and we probably don't need to make this into a character, especially because this is part of another squad, and I don't
Sure, but which squad was it? I zoned out. For
Terminal Company.
Oh, of course, the one that you hate or that hates you.
Yeah. So my little stick bug goes in there and sends some emails.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and Marigold, what is going to be Winter's final free downtime action here?
Yeah. I'm going to start a long-term project as well.
Everybody loves the long-term projects.
Everybody loves the long-term project. Yeah. And this is going to be in pursuit of my big goal, my dream, my, what do they call it?
Your drive?
My drive.
Speaking of which, Adrian, go ahead and mark one tick in your drive clock for finish Hasmid thing. What is your long-term project and how does it support your drive, Marigold?
Yeah. So my drive, essentially, I'm trying to find exactly where it is on the sheet. So
yeah, totally. I think I have it here. Your drive is to develop an underground network of avenues and places of refuge for anyone who needs it. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So that's my goal. So I'm going to start with just trying to create a network of people, that I can feel like I can trust to start getting this ball rolling, I guess.
Cool.
I actually want to use Adrian's app. If I understand it right, it'll help me avoid DFS attention.
Well, not necessarily. It makes you speak as an official DFS person without being kind of questioned your clearance or authority.
I misunderstood at first, and then I saw we were using it for that other thing, and then I was like, okay, I need to make sure I know what it does.
I have a suggestion, if you're open to it here, which is that, during your Resolve training, you were kind of talking about meeting people and making connections and stuff, and maybe it's just, it follows on from that, like some of the people you meet, you start incorporating into this informal network, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, because that's basically like the very first step is just trying to create a group of people who like vaguely think like I do, just of people who I can start to filter into people who might be able to help. So this is a very like surface level kind of networking.
I could help by putting you in contact with Zine, my anarchist AI friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Perfect. That sounds to me like a consort. And I'm going to make this a 4-step clock. I think most of these clocks I'm going to make 4-step clocks just to make
so they're more doable. Yeah.
Not have, down to, yeah, exactly. We're going to call this build a coalition, or build a
a community is really like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll build a network from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm rolling with 2 because Adrian is helping me by getting me in touch with this very real person.
Yeah. It's totally real guy.
I have 3.
That's a 3. That's 1 tick.
That's a solid tick.
All right. Well, that's all of the free downtimes. Who wants to spend a supply point and what kind and etc.
All right. Real quick, we should do some math and figure out like how many points we can allot to each person after we've filled our coffers.
Also, remind me how many we can keep at the end.
If you'd like to keep your coffers completely filled, the way that things are right now, you would, as a group, collectively, you would want to do 5 extra downtime actions.
Okay.
1 spending a material point and 4 of them spending personnel points. There was some chatter about everyone doing an extra train, which would immediately take care of the personnel. And then if somebody like wanted to enhance their mech, I think that would be a great way to use that.
Gotcha.
Well, I definitely want to train.
Okay.
For the personnel one myself.
Same.
For the material, I kind of want to give it to the final act of Time and Reason.
Yeah. I think unlike train, I think you can enhance multiple times on the same mech.
What do you think? Like just having like a full powerhouse in that.
I mean, it's still going to be like
I'm open to that.
3 actions away, and you can only enhance during downtime. So
Right.
I'm not super married to that idea, to be honest.
Okay.
It will just, like, I mean, if we had a bunch of extra material, sure, but
I mean, you can spend more than one
Yeah,
material.
yeah, we
like,
can.
You know, it's just if you want to keep the coffers full.
I'm thinking about, like, I really want to acquire an asset, but I don't know what.
Good point.
That's the thing. Like, I really want to do it, but I don't know what. And I'm just looking at other actions.
Yeah, it's hard to do that when we don't know what our next mission is going to be, which the legislature is going to influence, right?
But even, like, mission aside, like, we could get a cohort for the next mission.
Sure.
We could get stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
And I'm wondering if there's anything that, like, we just in general want that could be useful.
I would say everybody sort of ruminate on that, and I'm going to go ahead and burn off one of these personnel and give JPG a train action, since we know for sure he wants to do that. Which track are you training Pops?
Mark 1 attribute XP or 1 playbook XP. If
Right.
you have the right squad, training upgrade Mark 2 XP instead. What was our training upgrade?
Insight.
Insight. Okay, so I want to get 2 XP in Insight.
Okay, cool. And I believe that your Insight training facility is flavored as a library.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. So you just reading a bunch of books on any particular subject, or just generally reading?
I would say, could we get a peek with what the next what the next mission's gonna be?
Well, I don't know, because the legislature has to vote before I have any
gotcha.
idea what mission I'm supposed to assign you.
I'm just gonna veil that and then and then pull it out at the perfect moment.
Okay.
Is that okay?
So yeah, we just have a scene of Koa in the library reading books, but the camera doesn't see like the titles of any of them or anything. Okay. Cool. That was a quick one. Quick and easy.
I can go ahead and do it another train as well. Just
Sure. And you trained Resolve last time,
yes.
so you can train anything but that.
So I'll do Insight since that's our bonus. Why not?
Sure. We're doing the scene with Koa in the library, and then the camera just pans over, and there's like 4 bodies of Winter's Pudge also.
Yeah. We're having a full library day?
Yeah.
That's cute. I love it.
Yeah. What if it's like I'm playing a game with myself to see which one of my bodies can get the closest to Koa without him noticing.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
Please tell me that Winter learned that from Adelaide.
Yeah. I think Adelaide's there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Adelaide is
incredible.
also playing. She wins, obviously.
She's like a super
Adelaide's
genius,
in the
right?
kids.
Yeah, she is a super genius.
So is she doing like her calculus homework or something?
Again, like 3 of Winter's bodies are playing this weird game with Koa, and another one is helping Adelaide with her homework.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of like, she's like 8 or something, right?
7, I think, right?
she's-
7.
No, is she 7? I thought she was like 4 or 5.
Maybe, I don't know.
I
Hey,
can't
it's your
remember
kid,
now.
not mine. I'm
I'm
The idea of like a 5-year-old kid like studying calculus is so fucking funny to me. So
Yeah, it's not our
Yeah, I
job
wanna
to know
say
how
she's
old your
4 or
kid
5.
is. Okay.
Let me tell you, my 4-year-old in real life can't count past 30. So, anyway,
5-year-old doing calculus is impressive. Yeah.
she really has trouble once she gets into the 20s.
I mean, she'll
Get
get there.
You know, she's from a liberal arts family, not a math family. It's the thing. All right. Ed Trainer Calico, did y'all want to do something besides train or
I do want to train, but I'm gonna train playbook XP.
beautiful? I think that's what Calico did the first time, right? With his like weird sensor
Yes.
stuff that he was doing.
So what this looks like is I'm monitoring the swarm. I'm seeing where it's going. I'm not trying to stop it. I'm just like I'm logging into the curse to
just
see what
checking
happened
on
to
the
my
bugs. Just
Yeah.
you're like a proud parent, just watching.
Yeah.
Okay, like your own little alien ant farm.
I don't know if you have any thoughts about what's going on over there, but
I think when you check in on the bugs, you see, because like mostly the curse right now is being used by CalazCon attendees to like recreate famous episodes and scenes from the show. So I think you keep seeing the bugs like coming in and like absolutely wrecking like these scenes. Yeah, jump scare, exactly. Like they like will form into a swarm like in front of, and cause like a stray shot to go off, and like nobody's died, but definitely some people have like gotten hurt because of
well, its main function is to like jam up displays.
Yes. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, exactly. So like, like they're trying to aim carefully to miss, the shot but make it look good. But then all of a sudden their displays get knocked off and their aim is off by a few degrees and they like blow off the shoulder of their sparring partner.
They accidentally shoot off the like steeple on a tower or something.
Stuff like that I think is what you keep seeing happening. And you're kind of like, I imagine Adrian kind of like whistling nonchalantly as they like close their laptops so nobody can see what they're looking at. Like, interesting. Okay, that's beautiful and I love it. Calico, did you want to take the opportunity to train a second time, or again, you can use that personnel for something else if you'd like to?
I'm in between two things here. There's nothing I can think of aside from train that I'd want to do.
You could schmooze.
I could schmooze. Oh, okay, here's the thing. Do we want a cool big vehicle? Like a cool big transport?
I don't ever imagine myself ever saying no to that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing that so what if, I was thinking about schmoozing. What if I like schmooze a politician and convince them to lend us like their low altitude yacht, basically?
Okay.
And so we'd have like a big drop ship for a mission?
I like that.
I really just want to use acquire asset to get us a thing, but I would need to use two material to do what I want to do with it.
What's the second one for?
So if I just spend the 6 from my pool and then use a material, I can make it a critical and we'll get a tier 3 vehicle.
This, actually.
I want to do that so badly.
And that only lasts for the next mission, right?
It'll only be the next mission, but it would be a fun thing. I just like, so I'm trying to embrace the pilot's life and hustle to get ahead and get us a cool fucking thing. I don't know what we'll do with it, but it just sounds fun.
We'll find
incredible.
use for it.
We're gonna use it to make ourselves look awesome. Obviously.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Is like what I'm wanting here is to do like the very Final Fantasy airship arrival, like look at us in our cool big thing, and then our mechs like drop out of it would be sick as hell.
I actually really love that. If you want, again, because we hadn't really fully differentiated the material and personnel, if you want to just, and again, if the rest of the group is okay with it, I'll turn that last personnel point that was going to be a train for you into a material, and that'll put us
that would be totally fine by me.
Are we all good with that? Okay.
Yeah, sounds
cool.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm looking at this correctly, then I acquire asset, describe the asset you wish to acquire, a big drop ship, basically.
Like one that flies, right?
Yeah, it's like low altitude, basically. I'm imagining something like the like a leopard from the BattleTech universe, but
I don't know what a leopard looks like. Could you describe it for me? I'm sadly don't know much about BattleTech beyond the Legend of the Jade Phoenix trilogy, which are the only BattleTech books I ever read.
A leopard is basically just a bunch of mech bays.
Okay.
That fly around, pretty much. So, like, the vehicles you've seen in, like, World War II documentaries that, like, transported troops to the beaches of Normandy?
Yeah.
And then, like, the front drops down. So, like, imagine that, but it flies, and when the front drops down, it's not troops coming out, it's mechs.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if it's like a honeycomb shape, sort of, and it has like little
that would be sick.
hexagonal like pods,
like a little beehive?
I'm imagining this thing is like lean,
yeah,
and long. I think what we're doing is like borrowing a important dignitary or person's like personal. They would be dropped in, like in their mech with their bodyguards with this thing.
What are you naming this thing?
Okay.
Oh, do we have any?
Just in case you ever acquire it again later.
Yeah,
you know?
we need a cool ship name. Oh, this is why we have that document. Oh, here we go. A Phalanx class Die-Wing Heavy Industries Advanced Carrier.
Awesome.
But I do like Glorious Odds as the name of the ship.
Beautiful.
Okay. That's great.
It's this like kind of big armored Avi transport that we have. Immediately looking at it, it doesn't look like a big gray military block. Like, this thing has been fancied up a bit. It's clearly the personal like transport of someone important. I don't know who that is, but they have a connection to the school in some way.
Is it the dean?
If there was something like above a dean,
Or it's just like a wealthy benefactor, right? Or something.
I was about to say, yeah, what if it's one of the donors
from
that we
from
I
the
love that.
collect
Yeah.
action? Wow.
yeah, so what we
Okay.
see during the
Yeah.
collect action
Yeah.
is like we flash back and in the background there's Calico like talking to someone who I bet they're interested, not like they have to be interested in our cause as well to like make us look important. Oh, what if they manufacture these things?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and what if this is... I'm going to
Yeah.
grab someone from the NPC list here. What if the name of this person is paid promotion?
Oh, that is the like one of the most fucking friends at the table ass names I have ever heard. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there's like Calico and Paid Promotion talking, and they are like a local, maybe CEO or something of Die-Wing Industries and Die-Wing Heavy Industries. And they agree basically to let us use this to, like, we're gonna look cool as hell showing up in it, and they're gonna get free promotion as this thing drops in some sick Avis on the next mission.
Absolutely. And what I want here is give me a brief description of paid.
Paid Promotion is
Gender, look, age, the normal stuff.
a man, dark skin,
Okay.
golden piercings.
Okay. Like ear piercings?
I'm imagining eyebrow.
Okay.
A very nice black tailored suit. They're bald, but they have implants in their head that are more form than function. I'm sure they do something, but like it definitely is like cool metallic stuff that's on their head. They wear a lot of rings.
And they dress nicely, I would assume.
Yeah, they dress like a fancy corporate business person, but like high up enough that they can also do whatever the heck they want with their style, and nobody's gonna question it.
Heavy Industries Advanced Carrier.
Uh-huh. And I love the honeycomb, like that idea of the honeycomb pods. So I think there's like a deck, and it's got like two wings on the side, and then there's like a long sort of launch or like I don't know what you call that, like deck part.
Yeah.
And then below that is these like honeycomb things that our Avis like can fit in,
And then they like
can
drop out from the bottom.
Yeah, drop out of the bottom. That's sick as hell. I love that. And I think, Calico just got a vision of like, go talk to this person. Drew a card for material assets or wealth or something. Part of their ritual was like,
yeah,
you
just-
don't know you need a thing yet. So this is a tier 3 heavy carrier.
I love that as a squad, we're really good at impressing individual people, but really bad at making friends with larger organizations.
You have a problem with institutions. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're more of a grassroots campaign than anything else.
Individual people love you guys. The people like faceless organizations hate them. Institutions hate them. That's one weird trick.
I love it.
Okay, well that does get you down to 4 and 4 material and personnel. If anyone else has a burning thing that they want to spend points on, you still may, but you would need to clear that with the rest of the squad.
I'm good.
I think I'm great, and I love that we're going to be set up for our next downtime.
Yeah, or our next mission.
Our next mission, excuse me. Well, mission and the personnel and the material points, right? They carry over.
Oh, yes. And, the nice
Yeah.
thing is that, you were mentioning we don't know what the next mission is yet because the legislature hasn't voted. But just as a reminder, now that we've got some stuff in the bank, if we need to, once we know what our mission is, or even once we're like actively in the process of it, you can do a flashback to do a downtime activity by spending the appropriate material or personnel, which is a powerful thing that you can do. And I encourage you to do it if you want to and or need to. So, because flashbacks are, in my opinion, one of the coolest parts of Forged in the Dark. I love them. So that's the end of Blue Sky Endowment's first downtime. I think you've really set yourselves up for success going forward. Clawed back a little bit of that respect you've lost from the DFS. Are nearly at war with CalazCon. Great things are ahead for all of us, and I think it's going to be great. Everything is going to be extremely cool and normal. Thanks for joining us today here at CalazCon. Glory to Calazar, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited and sound balanced by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at cvblight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.